Hi guys, Melanie here with Yoga and Mobility with Mel. We're going to talk a little bit about an abdominal progression today. So this is great if you're back at ground zero, you haven't been doing anything in a long time, or particularly for postpartum women because you're really at ground zero when it comes to abdominal strength. So you'll start lying on your back. Now the first thing that we want to pay attention to is that when we're trying to move from our center, that everything else isn't moving along with it. So when a good place to start is just lying on your back like this with your knees bent. You find these two bony hip points. They're called your ACEs, but kind of palpate and press onto them. And then from here, just keep your fingers on there, or you can put like this diagonal with your hand, like a triangle, with your thumbs by your belly button, and then your fingers down by your pubic bone. So when we're going to just do one leg. I want you to take one leg and then open it out to the side and then bring it back in. So what you should feel here is that you're not rolling all over the place. Your hips, your pelvis, your lower back shouldn't be moving. So keeping it nice and still on the floor, and then see slowly and controlled that you can take one leg, rolling it out to the side. And then with your hands on your belly, you're also feeling to make sure that there's no like doming or pooching in your lower belly area. Okay, and then this actually takes quite a bit of control. If you are coming back to your core, your fitness, and you're really at ground zero, this can actually be quite challenging. But we also don't want to live here forever, right? We want to progress and make it a little bit harder. So if you've got that, and that's no problem, and you can just work on one leg at a time rolling out, the control is good and all that, then we can progress it from here. So as I mentioned, what you want to be sure of is a lot of people will progress to like a dead bug, which is where you lift both of the legs up. But if you're doing that and your like lower belly, your rectus is really like doming out and poofing up a lot here, you're probably not ready for it. So you want to engage that deep inner TA, your lower, deepest muscles of your abs. So you use the exhale to feel the TA draw in, and it's your lower belly drawing in and not your upper abs. So you don't want this rounding up and in to really get that strength here. So try to keep your ribs quiet, and then you exhale so your deep TA comes in. So maybe the next step is, instead of both feet coming up, you're going to lift one leg at a time into 90 degrees. Okay, and then you work there. You can hold, or you can tap your one foot down at a time and see how that goes. Again, still maintaining stability in your pelvis, so that's not moving around a lot. And then maybe that feels a little bit easy. You can also do one leg out to the side with one leg in 90. So moving it here. And again, pelvis stays stable, no poofing, no doming in your lower belly. Okay, and then maybe you want something a little bit different. You could also play with like hovering, so you could lift one leg off the floor and then you stretch it out and then you bring it back in and hover. Same things, trying not to feel a lot of movement. Good. And then maybe that's starting to get really easy. Then you could start to play with, maybe instead of the leg here, maybe one leg straight up and then going out to the side with your one leg. So that's just adding a little bit more. You can even play with that straight leg, one foot on the floor, and then maybe you lower it down. So you want to just keep that integrity, that you're not letting that poofing, doming, and you're not letting your hips move everywhere. Okay, and then that's starting to get a little bit easy. Then maybe you can come into both legs into your dead bug. So this is quite challenging. So just progressing it there slowly so that you're not getting that big poof here in your lower belly. You don't have to jam your lower back into the floor. You want to keep like the natural curves of your spine so that when you lift up, you're using your belly and not really using like your back muscles to press down into the floor. Notice if you're clenching in your face or your shoulders or anything else. We want to feel this lower belly stuff working. And also that we're not really using our external and internal obliques to like round down and in to create that stability. So we want to find that deep inner TA stuff here. Okay, so this is kind of the progression to get yourself into this kind of dead bug. And then from here, maybe you can do an opposite arm, opposite leg, reaching out. And there's lots of different variations to work on from here. Have a play with that and enjoy. Let me know any questions.